Really good stuff here today. U.S. economy shrank by 1% in the first quarter, first contraction since 2011. Ouch. Oh look, spinning plates. I loved the excuses this morning. GDP was revised to solidly negative for the first quarter, most of it on inventory. The narrative has been that this was weather related. I love that. Uh-huh. That's why PCE consumption was up solidly, right? Weather caused inventory reductions? I think not. No, what you saw in the first quarter was a response to profit slowdown, which did show up in the corporate profit report. What's worse is that the profit picture worsened while tax liability rose, which implies quite strongly that there was a Delta-style shift there. One isn't exactly sure from where, but a decent guess would be Obamacare's impact. 6 months ago, the consensus was we'd have a 2 to 2.5% GDP print in the first quarter. Actual is negative 1%. And while the stock market is at or near an all-time high, the bond market says something else entirely. You really have two possibilities here. The stock market is a bunch of spinning plates. It is about to take a very large nosedive as the economy is factually entering a recession now, or you have the best trade of your life in shorting long-duration bonds. A trade roughly as good as buying long bonds in the early 1980s was. So which is it? You can't have this one both ways, folks. But the market says right now that both are happening. One of these positions is going to be proved dramatically wrong over the next 12 months. And since I went back and learned history now, I would say that a darn great guess about when this is going to take place would be September 2015, because the last stock market crash took place in September of 2008, and the last one that took place before that was September of 2001. You see how this is all just and this is, by the way, remember too, what makes this different? Remember, this is 5 years after constant stimulus. This is the product of their 5 years of stimulus or economic progress, as they have called it. Look it. Goldman Sachs President Gary Cohn said low volatility and interest rates that are holding in tight ranges right now have resulted in an abnormal trading market. And remember this? I read this a couple days ago. It is Bloomberg's turn to recap just how broken the market is with an article that highlights the balance sheet bonds rallying by 94%. And the U.S. equity market, the worse a company's finances, the better it's doing. It's coming down. This sham, it's a big game, and it can't last much longer. This is why stuff like this is coming out now. Inside the Ring, memo outlines Obama's plan to use the military against citizens. Go ahead, believe these guys, man. Go for it. Let's do it. Like I said in my last video, let's do it. Let's say they're going to bail us out and we're in great hands. And all this stuff just happens to be one big coincidence, and there ain't a damn thing wrong what's going on right now. Let's do it, man. Yep, let's go for it. Sure. Because it's not like the evidence is here to say the contrary, and that these guys are psychopaths that are, that thing's coming down. But I guess we'll see, huh? I'm curious to see this 12 months, what it looks like in 12 months. Thanks for watching, teammates and subs. Links will be below.